You are watching the Target 1.1 retest film. In this film, we are going to do problems from the worksheet that you need to complete in order to retest on Target 1.1. The target states I can demonstrate understanding of how to represent a region on a graph with an inequality. So what we are going to do is, after you pick up the packet, we're going to do a few problems that are right on the packet. So we're actually going to start with problem 4 and problem 12. Now notice problem 4 is in slope-intercept form. So when we graph this linear inequality, we're going to use slope and intercept. But notice number 12 is in standard form, and for that one we're going to use the 0, 0 table in order to graph there. Let's start out with number 4. You can do these right as we do them, and then continue with more problems just like them. Slope-intercept form says that we're going to take the number that's by itself, that is the y-intercept. That turns into 0, -5. It's on the y-axis at -5. And then we're going to use our slope, 7/4, number by the x, and use that as a pattern to find the next point. So 7 is +7, 4 is +4, so that translates to up 7 and right 4. We usually always want to go up and to the right, to the right. Even if it's negative, we'll go down, but still to the right. So keep in mind that bottom number, try to go to the right first. So up 7 spots, right 4. And since it's a less than, that means that it is a dashed line. If it was a less than or equal to, we would use a solid line. There you go. Now we are going to shade. So in order to shade, we need to pick a point that's on one side of the line or the other, not on the line. Usually the easiest point to pick is 0, 0. That has an x and a y, and we will plug that into the equation that we have. So 0 goes for y, 7/4 times x, which is also 0. Use arithmetic skills to simplify this one. So you have 0 is less than, and 7/4 times 0 is 0, -5 is -5. So the inequality states 0 is less than -5, which is false. That means that all of these over here do not work. It's false. So if 0, 0 doesn't work, that means everything on the other side of the line does work. Okay, there's that one. Let's do one in standard form. Again, if you don't quite understand slope and intercept, rewind it and watch it again. So here is standard form. We're going to start with an xy table, and we're going to find the intercepts. So let's first plug 0 in for x. So we have 0, and we have -2y is equal to -4, and we'll divide by -2 to get y is 2. That's 1. That's y 2, 0, 2. And then we'll plug 0 in for y. And we get x equals -4. So there's the other one. So once we have our points, our intercepts, we can go ahead and draw the line. And this one is greater than or equal to, so it's going to be a solid line. And there you have it. Now we'll use the same format we did last one. We'll pick a point on one side or the other to test, so we can find out which side to shade. Again, 0, 0 seems to be the easiest one to use. So 0, 0, remember that's an x and a y. So we have 0 minus 2 times 0 is greater than or equal to -4. 0 and 2 times 0 are both 0. If 0 is greater than or equal to -4, and that is true. 0 is bigger than or equal to -4. That means all of them on that same side of 0, 0 will work. Okay, again, with the graphing inequalities, if you don't understand one or the other, go back, look at it again, and apply that to the new problems that you see in your packet. Let's move on. We're going to go to number 20. And the directions for number 20 in the group that are like that are, say, write the inequality for the following graphs. And we're going to use slope-intercept form because it seems to be the easiest to use. The easiest to use because we can pick out the slope right from the graph and the y-intercept right from the graph. So the y-intercept is easy. Let's look at that. It's just where it crosses the y-axis, and it crosses at 4. So that number is +4. Now for slope, we're going to take a look at that point, and then the next one. So let's follow the line, follow the line, follow the line, and there's the next point. So it shows me that it goes up 1 and right 4. Up is positive, right is positive. So remember, slope is rise over run. So that is up 1 and right 1, or just 1/4. Okay, so now we need to figure out the symbol. It's not going to be equals to because it's shaded. So let's look at the symbol. Now what we can do is pick a point that works and then make the symbol match it. So what if we picked, and I'll erase this real quick, what if we picked this point? We know it works. We know 0, 5 works. That's an x and a y. So let's see what symbol would make that work in the equation. So right now we have y, we have a slope of 1/4 x and an intercept of 4. So if we plug 0, 5 in there, 5, 1/4 times 0 plus 4, I have 5 and 4. So what symbol would make that work? Well, 5 is bigger than 4, and since it's dashed, we're not going to put the equal sign with it. So our final equation is y is larger than, y is bigger than 1/4 x plus 4. Okay, what you're going to see is that this y-intercept right there kind of tells you which way the symbol is going to go. This one is shaded above the line, above the y-intercept, so therefore it's going to be greater. The ones that are shaded below, probably going to be less, but only in slope-intercept form. Again, another reason why to use that. So you don't quite understand that? Rewind it and watch it again. Look at the slope, look at the intercept, and then how we get the symbol. Moving on, we're going to do number 25 and number 30. Now in both of these problems, I put in the answers to the problems that they refer to. So the problem number 25 refers to the answer in number 3. You can always look at the back where the answers are to see exactly. And the problem number 30 refers to number 12. So I put those in there. You don't see them in your packet, although they are in the back with the answers. So let's take a look at these. It says, decide whether the points are solutions to the stated problem. We're going to show our answer using algebra. So this one is not acceptable, just yeses and nos. So let's look. Let's see. -4 and 5. This is x, this is y. -4, +5 is right there. So you would expect it to work. Now let's see if it does. Plugging 5 in for y, -4 in for x. Oops. Didn't I say plugging 5 in for y? Pretty sure I did. Okay, so let's see that whether this works using algebra or not. So the left-hand side is already simplified. The right-hand side, let's multiply. -1/2 times -4 is +2. 2 minus 1 is 1. So is 5 bigger than or equal to 1? Yes, that is true. So it must be a solution. Okay, let's look at the next one. 5 is going to be right here. Real close. So it looks like in the graph that it's not a solution. Maybe that's what we expect. So 5 is an x and a y. Let's plug it into the equation. X is 5 minus 2 times 5. Y is 5 also. Greater than or equal to -4. So I have 5 minus 10. That's -5. So thinking about it, -5, is that bigger than -4? Absolutely not. So this one is false. It is not a solution. Not a solution. No solution. Okay. Again, if you don't remember how to do that, rewind it so you can see. Moving on. Let's look at number 32. It says, for number 7 above, state one point that is a solution and one point that is not a solution. Pick different points in the examples on the back. Make sure to justify your answers using algebra. So how I'm going to set this up is I'm going to write the word solution, and I'm going to pick a point and show you that it works. And not a solution, pick a point and underneath that show you that it doesn't work. So remember, in a graph, anything that's shaded is a solution. So let's see, I'm going to pick 2, 3. Now remember, that's x and y, so let's get them in for the right letters, the right variables. 3 is y. And there you have it. So simplifying, 3 is larger than negative 4/5 times 2. Well, remember that's 2 over 1, so that'd be negative 8/5 minus 1. Now, our goal right now is to make sure that we know that 3 is bigger than whatever number we get on the left-hand side. So is it important we use fractions? Not necessarily. Is it important that we use decimals? Not necessarily. What matters is that you prove it. So 3 is larger than, and 8/5 would be negative 1.6. So 3 is larger than negative 2.6. And that is true. So we just proved that it is a solution. Now pick one that is not a solution outside the shaded area. How about 0, negative 3? Or this is an x and a y again. So negative 3 is larger than negative 4/5 times 0 minus 1. 4/5 times 0 is just 0. And I have negative 3 is bigger than negative 1. And that is false. And that's what we wanted because it is not a solution. Again, now, if you don't understand something still in that packet, feel free and watch that part of the movie again. If you still don't get it, talk to your teacher and stay after or before school. Get help from them. But remember, you need to finish the packet before you are allowed to retest. If you forget your packet on retest day, you're going to have to go and get it somehow. Okay?